Pastor Daniel, Pastor Daniel, Pastor Daniel. This is Jeremiah from Mt.Gilead News. How was your trip?
It was good. Zambia 2023. I'm here with my team, those who are on the team together for the Zambia 2023 mission. Guys, how was our Zambia missions trip?
Amazing.
Undescribable.
So our mission going to Zambia was we were a part of a youth conference. So our goal and our objective was to go in and to support Bishop Banda and Northmead Assembly and leave a deposit in the lives of their youth and also their parents and the entire church. We dealt with things like intergenerational tension. We dealt with things like the Joshua generation, the Moses generation. And so we feel like we were able to complete that mission in a powerful way. The first stop that we went to that morning was Sunshine School, which was a school that Northmead runs.
Yes, I believe I can speak for the team. Our eyes lit up when we got to the school. We were like, children! And I had an opportunity to minister to the children. I inspired them, encouraged them, and let them know that my dream was to come to Africa many years ago. And I said, whatever you want to be, you be. Whatever you want to do, you continue to obey your parents, you obey your teachers, you do well in school, you work hard, and most of all, you trust God and you continue to have that faith.
And we left there and we went to a medical center. There are medical centers that they manage that are in different communities that meet the needs. And so I'll go to Mala.
Yeah, so we did have an opportunity to go to one of the medical centers that specifically focus on HIV. They strategically placed this center within the community, and if you are struggling with HIV or you think you may have been exposed, you can literally come to this center, no questions asked, no condemnation, no shame, and you will be cared for in an excellent manner. We were able to pray for the staff. We prayed that specifically that, God would just continue to encourage them as they are doing a really, really hard and maybe sometimes weary work.
On that night, there was also a panel, and this was almost an extension of the radio interview that we had earlier. God was able to answer some questions as it pertained to children and their parents and those type of relationships. I was able to speak to that a little bit. In Zambia, they do things a little bit different. They have energy on top of energy. Erica, I think, would be a good person. You can tell us a little bit about the concert.
So the concert that we were at, they were, I'm gonna say this, off the chain. The three young other ladies sung their hearts out. They had a drama. There was another guy who came in with a poem, and the dancing, some of our team members did go up and dance, and they they had an amazing time dancing. I just loved it.
Our group was able to sing. There was a powerful testimony and just some things that took place here, and then like a full circle moment. And that day was actually Jasmine's birthday.
For me, it just felt like God sent me over to Africa to throw this massive party just for me, because that's what it felt like. We had a Kingdom Advance conference here, I want to say it was maybe last year or so, and Bishop Banda had made an altar call. It was specifically for anyone who was dealing with, suicide or suicidal thoughts. And I took that step and I moved forward, and he prayed over me. And then for God to take that opportunity and then use it for me to go back to his church to now be able to, share that testimony with people. It was really just awesome just to know that, God had that in his plans, that moment when I stepped out there for that altar call, and then for me to go back, and then just to be able to be free in my gift and then within myself and be used in that capacity.
I was able to minister, and God reminded me of Bishop was talking about how, in order to receive the baton, you have to begin running, and how important it is to begin running right now. The word that just went forth was go, go, go. Through the impartations, through the testimonies that were shared, 7 youth gave their lives to Christ that night. I believe probably youth from the community that were invited by friends. We know that what was deposited there is going to shift and fine-tune some things that they really need to be able to go forward.
After we left Bishop Banda's compound, the team, we were already, coming together to sow a seed into the driver. And then as we're, collecting the money from each other and stuff like that, and where, somebody passes it along to say, someone broke into his house. His son was asleep, the music was playing loud, and someone had broken into his house and took pretty much everything in his living room. And Rev Kev went ahead and spoke into the driver's life and, kind of went ahead and prayed for him.
God put me in a situation my flesh was not ready for. And I can honestly say I've never prayed over anyone. And all I could think about when I started talking to him were the sermons I heard prior to. Didn't know what to say. God kind of touched me on my shoulder and said, let me talk in your ear and I'm gonna use you. And what I told him was, use prayer as a weapon. Go home and pray. Be thankful that the enemy is attacking you trying to get at us because he knew this group right here, he couldn't get at us. So he tried to get the closest thing he could was our driver. It was a moment for me that, again, it was a first. I thank Bishop, co-pastor, I thank the congregation for your tithes and offering, because without that, I would have never found myself over there.
I really got to see God's intentionality in this trip, not only in the people that he selected, but everything that he was able to bring us from and pull us from and kind of expose us to.
We went to Livingstone on that next day. At the end of the trip, we had a couple of days of leisure time. As a part of that, we went to Victoria Falls to experience one of the 7 wonders of the world. It was just indescribable how it was, but one of the coolest things about it was the reason why you're getting so wet is it wasn't raining, but it's hitting the ground and it's so powerful that the water is flying back up in the air and then getting everything in that area wet. That's how big and powerful the waterfall was.
On the way back, so we left that night. The route to get there is, Dulles to Dubai, Dubai to Zambia. So on the way back, it was reversed. But we had a 24-hour layover.
Landing in Dubai is not landing anywhere else in the world if you've never been there. You would never experience this on your own unless you truly, intentionally make that plan.
We got an opportunity to just, taste a little bit of Dubai, and we're just so thankful that we got an opportunity to do it while we were on the mission.
Yes.
So again, thank you, Bishop, co-pastor, so much for your vision and everything you do for us.